Okay guys, we got this Mercury right here, and they complain that the skid light, I guess, down there and the brake light would come on. So I just did a report. See what we got. 2007 Grand Marquise, okay? 51,000 miles. Let's go into this ABS module. It says front right wheel speed sensor input, continuous memory. Let's go to read data stream. Let's see, wheel speed, right, left rear. Is there a right front? There we go. Okay. So we'll go to graph and we'll see what happens if we go straight here. Let me quick drive straight here and we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, look at that, guys. Our right front is not working. Let's go back. So we have a right front issue. Okay, so right front issue. So we're gonna quick look at the right front. Let's see. Wonder if I can turn the wheel and we can look in there. See if it's acting up. I mean, if it's broken. Hey guys, so we're back with the Grand Marquise. So I want to show you something. So this is the one with the wheel speed sensor code on the right front. So we'll spin the front wheel right here, and you can see how that. Let's see if we can combine these. You can see how the blue trace goes up. Let's see how we can make it go up right there. Okay, with that one. So now if we go to the other side, now I had my lab scope set up. We'll go to this side and we'll spin this and we should see the green one move. The green one's stuck at 1.2 kilometers, or maybe it's miles per hour. Might be miles per hour. So we'll spin this side. We don't get anything. So what I did was I disconnected the harness right here, and I'm probed in on both sides with my leads right there. You see they're going in the wheel speed sensor. So there we go, we got that. So now, if we take our lab scope, leads back off of here. Let's take these off. Hang on, let me disconnect this. Okay, so I got my leads connected here now. We're connected to a wheel bearing. So watch when I spin this. See, we get a pattern. And that's just one-handed right there. And that's what we got there. So it is outputting a signal. So now what I want to do is I want to go to the other side. We'll probe into the other side and we'll see if there's a difference. Okay guys, so now we're on the same scale. I connected it into our left front, our good wheel speed sensor. So let's turn this. We'll see what it does on here. That's looking the same, guys. Let's file, save this. Save this as good. Let's see, let's go to the left front. It's our good side. I don't think there's really a difference in our amplitude.
Why does it say
look at that?
Up there, right? Lucas.
Hey, you're pretty good there, buddy.
Because it's an oil company.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So let's see,
Yep,
let's go to
they
data
make
manager.
Good oil. Very good oil.
Yeah, the car lots use it.
Is it Lucas oil?
Huh?
Is it Lucas oil?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's called Lucas Oil.
The car lots love it. Let's see our bad. Here we go. So we're going up to a half a volt, down to a half a volt
A copy.
on here. So
Like
let's go back to our scope, our guide component test. So we're actually getting slightly less voltage on this side. I might not have spun it as fast. So slightly less voltage. So I wonder if we got a problem with our ABS module, if we got broken wire somewhere. Okay guys, so we're back over here. I connected the harness back up. We're just probing in here. So let's see what happens when we spin this tire. So we spin it. Look at that. So we have a pattern. Okay, so let's save this. We'll save this one as with harness. Okay, so now I guess we'll have to go to our ABS module. Maybe our ABS module's bad. Or we have a broken wire going to the ABS module. That is interesting. I definitely did not expect that. Okay guys, so I got lab scope set up. We're AC coupled 1 volt scale. Actually, we can go down to like a half a volt scale. I pierced in right here, right after the connector and everything. See, make sure everything else is good. Look at that. So that's good. So we got a signal here. We should probably check the other side, compare the other side to this side, make sure that both sides are functioning the same. And then we'll compare them, because maybe the wheel bearing with the 12 volts is causing an issue. Because like if we take it off AC couple, hang on, we'll go to 20 volt scale. We'll take it off AC couple. We got a 12 volt bias on here. C1145. So we got to make sure the other side's the same way. Okay guys, so when I spin this side, this is the side that we're connected to right here, back probed in. We don't have 12 volts on here. So that's interesting. So there's, like, there we go. So that's good. And then we got this. So let's go over and we'll scope the other one, and we'll see. I want to see what happens. Or actually, we can unplug this and see if there's a bias voltage. Let me unplug it real quick. Okay, guys. So unplugged. Let's see. Unplugged. Let's see. It goes to. So we have a bias voltage of. Let's make sure that we're in here good. Let's see. So we're at 5 volts of a bias voltage on here. See, at 5 volts. So I wonder if there's an issue with this other side. And what we could do is we could jumper this side to the other side and see if that works. If the circuit's good, I think we're going to do that. We'll do that. It's real easy. Okay, so I'm jumpering the wheel speed sensor right here to that side. Let's see if that works. Let's clear the codes. Let's see if we have any codes for the right front. Okay, so we still have a right front code. Let's go into read data stream. Let's make sure. We should have a left front actually. Let's just see what happens when we spin this. Okay, so we're connected there. So we have nothing going from this side. I just think it's odd that we have 12 volts on that circuit. Like, why would we have 12 volts? Okay. Let's go back. Let me make sure all my connections are good. Okay, guys, so I don't see much of a difference. I don't see any change putting this on the other side. Like, we get no wheel speed activity. I could put the scope on and see what's going on, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to try jumping the other side to this side, and then we'll confirm that whole wheel speed sensor is bad. I think it's just a circuit issue. Really, I think we have a bad ABS module, because I don't know why we have 12 volts coming out of it. Okay, guys, so we're probed into this one. I changed my probe over, so we're front probed into this one right here. And if we look at our scan tool now for the left front, when we spin the right front, now it shows it. So that means our wheel bearing and everything is good over there, at least as far as putting out a signal. So that means our issue is with that circuit. What I want to do is I want to just quick swap it around real quick and use the front probes and see if that makes a difference. Okay, so front probing didn't make any difference as far as scan data, because our right front should be moving. I mean our right front should be moving. So we got nothing. So yeah, it has to be something either with the module. So what I'm going to do is we're going to trying to think what we could do here. Probably have to get a pin out for the module, and then I guess see if we have I don't know. I guess it would pretty much have to be a bad module because we don't have a short, because we can output an AC signal on top of the 12 volts. You have to think about this a little bit. Okay guys, so here's our diagram. 15 was the corroded one right here in the center. It says 15 was ground. I think 15 was the one that was corroded. 1, 2, 3. No, it was 14. So voltage supplied at all times, overload protected. Right there, 14. Okay. And our sensor that was the problem was our right front. So it's either 5 or 4. 5 or 4. Look at that, right there. Right front. See 5? And we got 4. And look at that, 5 and 4 right there. So it's probably 5 that it was bridging against, which I would believe would be right here, this one. Right there. So I got it all cleaned up. Got the connector cleaned up. Let's put this back on. Let's see what happens. Okay guys, so I pulled the connector apart because we still had 12 volts and I cleaned it. There was some corrosion on there. So let's stick this back on. I also depinned the 2 pins. Let's see if we have any. Okay, so we don't have any voltage. Let's see, so pin 4 is supposed to be our yellow and red. So pin 4, okay, so this should be our first pin that goes in. Let's just see if we can push these in and just make contact for right now. And then we'll put them back in our connector. Let's see. Okay, so they should be making contact. Okay, so we don't have 12 volts now. That's awesome. Let's see what happens when we spin this. Oh, look at that. Do we get a wheel speed signal? I don't think I have the key on. Let's turn our key on. Let's see. Because we had 12 volts there non-stop. Okay, so we don't have anything there. Let's see what our wheel speed sensor does. Okay, so we have a pattern, but we don't have anything right now. Let's see if we go to the other side. Maybe they're not pushed in far enough. Okay, so left front we do. These might not be in far enough to make contact. Let's see. Okay, so we still have nothing over here. Oh, you know what? We got our 12 volts back. So yeah, we got a bad ABS module, guys. It's outputting 12 volts. And we shouldn't have 12 volts. So that's where we're at, guys. Bad ABS module. Crazy. We can check our powers and grounds, but everything else works. And we can turn our pump on, because if I do a self-test, the pump turns on. Okay, that's just to confirm. So we're scoped back into this side just to double check. Our left front wheel speed sensor right here. I spin this tire, watch this. So you can see our pattern showing up. You can see our pattern right here. and you can see it show up here. But our right has a 12 volts on it. But like I said, I'll check our powers and grounds real quick. But I'm pretty sure just a bad module. It's probably corroded inside and bridging 12 volts over. Because I bet you if we use a Tesla, it's probably not a solid 12 volts. Okay guys, so something that's odd is I put my test light on here to bring the 12 volts down. So now there's no 12 volts because the test light's pulling it down, even though there's a spike every so often. But look at this. Well, it's spiking the wheel speed sensor, but if I spin this, look at that. Now it reads, and we get a pattern because I'm pulling the voltage down, and then we're just getting the AC. But that is crazy. Yeah, I've never seen that. There we go. So I'll have to look in service information, make sure it's not like a 12 volt bias, but that it puts out when there's no sensor connected, but it's working like that. See, look at that. See my test light moved off? So once we get the test light connected again, it pulls it back down. See that? That is crazy that there's a 12 volt like bias on there. Okay guys, so I got my headlight here, got both the wires connected. We're probed into the power feed, the main power feed, the heavy gauge red wire. So if we go to this ground right here, look at that light. So that's 10 amps we just put on there. Let's go to the other one. Let's see. Sorry about that. It's a little hard to get the probe in there. Come on. Where did I blow my bulb? Well, I think my bulb might have blown. Let's try this. Let's make sure. Yep. I think we just blew the bulb. That lasted a long time. I'm gonna go check it on the battery. Another thing, I don't know if I mentioned this, but right here it says that the ABS carries out a self-test, which is 5 volts through the right front wheel speed circuit to check its integrity. So there we go. So confirmed it. So I'm assuming the driver or whatever inside that does the bias voltage or reference voltage is bad. Okay guys, we're back with the Mercury. So I'm going to got a new ABS module. So what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect this. Let's see if we can do this like real easily. Let's see. Let's take this. Let's set this one down in here if we can. There we go. Can that sit there? Oh, look at that. Let's connect this up. I set the scan tool already in the car. Let's see. Let's turn this ignition on. And we'll see if we get our ABS light that we had. Look at that. I'm gonna quick do a full system scan on here. Let's see. Let's go to Ford. Submit. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have went to the Lincoln. It probably doesn't matter. It's probably all under Ford. Or Mercury, I'm sorry. Could you do a health report? I don't think this thing has to be programmed. Look at that. No code so far. None. Remember before we always had the... Look at that, guys. So I'm going to get that swapped over and then we'll come back to... I'll get it swapped over, I'll bleed the brakes, and then we'll take it for a test drive. Okay guys, so I got the new ABS module in. I put dielectric grease on here. I just like smeared it over top of it just so that it'll help try to keep any water out that might go in. because then it shouldn't be able to corrode the pins as easily. So I'm gonna get this clipped on, and I also got all the fittings on here. Now this one, I had to use a pair of vice grips because it started stripping when I tried to take it out, and that was gonna be a problem putting it back on. And I thought about cutting the line, and then I'm like, I really don't want to cut the line because I had to heat it up and everything to get it out. That's why this coating is like a little, that's why the coating's a little damaged right there. But man, at least I got it tightened up. Like, oh, and it pulled the aluminum out of the other ABS module. So luckily I had this kit right here from Mac. Yeah, Mac. And then they have these files for cleaning threads, so I just ran it on there, got all the aluminum out of it, cleaned it all up because it was an odd thread. It was like M12 by 1.0. So yeah, I did that. And actually it was this one that I used. It was yeah, like I said, it was a 1.0 thread, 1mm thread, I think it is. And yeah, I cleaned it up and then I tightened it up. So now it's a star. But it doesn't leak. I bled the brakes, so we're going to put this all back together and take it for a test drive. Okay guys, got it all cleaned up. Look how nice that master cylinder looks. Everything's all back together, all good to go. Let's close the hood. We'll take this for a test drive. I just did a full system scan. I cleared some codes because I turned the key on with the ABS module unplugged. So let's see. So we should be good there. Cycle this key. Look at that. Let's go to rescan, see if we got anything. Check our brake pedal. Our brake pedal feels good. So we'll go into ABS. I'll get this ready to go and we'll pull it outside. So we'll go into ABS, read data stream. We'll do front left. Let's see, wheel speed. Oops, wheel speed. There we go. So we'll graph these and then I'll pull it outside and we'll see what happens. Okay guys, look at that. Pulled out of the shop. Boom, they're working. Okay, so let's back this thing up. Hopefully you guys can still see. Look at that, guys. Look at that. This thing is nice, guys. This thing is nice. Oh, we fell over. Oh, look at this, we're driving around out here. No lights on the dash. I always thought about getting one of these cars. Like I thought about doing like a GT500 swap or something to one of these things. Just so that people would think I was like cops. Let's see. Come down here again and then we'll look at our scan data. Man, I think we're good to go, guys. Look at that. Look at that. This is perfect. I can't believe I would have put money on a wheel speed sensor, guys. I had actually looked at it the first time when he brought it, and like I ordered a wheel speed sensor in, and they actually didn't even send me a wheel speed sensor. They sent me, because I didn't know the wheel speed sensor was part of the wheel bearing, they sent me just a cable. So this was an interesting, very interesting failure. Did not expect that, especially with low miles. Like, it's only 52,000 miles on this car. And it seems pretty nice shape. Like there's some rust underneath, but look at that. Look at that. Perfect. So let's go back. Let's go back real quick. Back one more time. Let's go to health report. Let's just do a full system scan, see if we got anything. And if we don't, I'm calling this fixed, guys. Oh, what's the PCM? Oh, there was a misfire on startup. Like, it was running a little rough. But that didn't set check engine light. Let's go look at this real quick. Like, it felt a little rough. Like, it's been sitting in the shop for like 4 days. I don't know if this thing ever had plugs done. I'll see what he wants to do, though. Like, it was sitting inside for like 2 days or so, 3 days. I really don't think this gets driven much. Let's see. Let's go under read data stream. Actually, we might have to go underneath one of the other ones. Like, I had thought maybe it might have been because I had started it up without the master airflow sensor on. But when I hit the brake, when I did that, it stalled. Let's see. Power balance. Seems pretty good right now, guys. Yeah, I'm not going to really question that too much. We could look under mode 6 if it lets me. See how many times. Exit test onboard system. See cylinder 4. Shows 0 in there. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it right now. If it misfires later, I'll do an update video. But I hope you guys like it. See you later.